Quite the week for the Wisconsin Badgers. 3 games, travel issues coming back from Champaign, but all in all, not a bad week as Wisconsin goes 2-1, wins against Minnesota, a down-to-the-wire game against Penn State on Saturday, and the Badgers 9-3 in the Big Ten. We'll recap the 3 games of the past week. We'll also turn our attention to football a little bit as we check in with Badgers' new offensive coordinator, Bobby Engram, and we'll have our weekly conversation with head coach Greg Gard. All coming up on today's edition of the Badgers Sports Report. Ball caught by Johnny Davis. Here comes Johnny to the front court. Here's a lob into Wall. He catches, slam dunk, Tyler Wall. Wall was 6, and it's 12-3. Wisconsin, 9:35 left in the half. There's a back out to Hepburn with a shot fake on Dalian Johnson. Kicks it to Davison, shovels to Wall. Turning low on the right, splits 2 defenders. Tough pass, got through traffic. Hepburn there, tries a 3. Yes! From the left wing, Chucky Hepburn with the first 3-point hit for Wisconsin. Flips to Hepburn, left side. Beats Crowell, top of the circle. Crowell with a back cut pass for Johnny. Hooks it back to Crowell. Wide open 3 right of the circle. Book it. There it is. Steven Crowell with his first 3 of the game. Hepburn to the front court for the Badgers. Throws to Davis at the right point. Bounce pass Crowell, top of the circle. Finds a cutting Brad. Down the lane, to the rim. Layup good. Davis against Essex. Little bump from Crowell. Johnny left elbow. Out to Crowell for 3. Straight on. Got it. The third 3 of the second half for Steven Crowell. Throw to Johnny, line the right. Bounce pass Crowell, top of the circle. Feeds Brad for 3. Left side. Got it. Nothing but net for Brad Davison. 49-40 Wisconsin. Hepburn leaves it for Davis, right point. A pass for Crowell, top of the circle. Crowell for Wall, left side, dribbles off the wing in the lane. To the rim, layup good. For Tyler Wall, 30 seconds left. 51-49 Wisconsin. Tyler Wall on the drive gives Wisconsin the lead.
It was just a gritty game. You know, our shots weren't falling. I thought we were getting decent looks throughout the game, but it was our defense that really stuck us in there, and that's kind of been a point of emphasis the last month or two, that we got to get better at defense, and tonight really showed our improvements in that area.
We've kind of known that he can do it. Everyone thinks he's just a big scorer, but he can do a little bit of everything. Rebound, you saw a couple of the blocks he had, and obviously, like you said, the throwbacks. I had a couple threes off those, so he's a really complete player, and I think all you guys saw that tonight.
As I told them, I said, good teams find a way, and you just they responded by what they did defensively and taking care of the glass, and just you fight your way through it, and we'll continue. Tomorrow's a new day, so we learn from that and move on and start to prepare for Michigan State.
This is Wisconsin basketball. Out front pass knocked away by Davis. Johnny gets the steal. Johnny down the lane. Slam dunk with a right hand. Out the wall, another 3. Got it! And a feed to Davison running the floor. Down the lane to the rim. Layup good. Front court. High screen Carlson. Deep 3. Hepburn. Got it. Goes to Davis for 3. Right side. Book it. Fourth 3 of the half for Johnny Davis.
The Badger Sports Report is presented by UW Health, the healthcare team for the Badgers. Learn more at uwsportsmedicine.org. And is brought to you by the Construction Business Group, Wisconsin operating engineers and respected contractors. BuildingWisconsinTogether.com.
When you've been injured, you need the hometown team on your side. Trust us to get you back in the game. Call Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of Wisconsin Badger Athletics. One call, that's all.
You'll hear things like, you're gonna need to see a specialist.
That what you have is serious, like really serious.
And then you meet them, your medical team.
With research and clinical trials and new treatments.
With better procedures that lead to better results.
Then it hits you, you're gonna be okay.
UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
Hard work, sweat, knowledge in your own 2 hands. These are the tools that build Wisconsin. Leave your mark on the real world with 0 debt and higher pay. All from day one. It's time to do work that works for you. Learn more at buildingwisconsintogether.com.
On this game day, Good Foods Guacamole would like to salute all you players, no matter what you seem to be playing. You, sir, are a winner. You, ma'am, triumphant, and thumbs up to whatever it is you're doing. So let's hoist a guac-laden chip to all you players out there. Good Foods Guac, made from the freshest avocado and the cleanest ingredients. So here's to all the players and whatever game it is they're trying to play. Game day is Guac Day. Good Foods Guac.
Injured? You need a team you can trust. Call Gruber Law Offices today, serving the people of Wisconsin for over 30 years. Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of Wisconsin Badger Athletics. One call, that's all.
Davis along the right sideline, gives off the vote, top of the circle, feeds Hepburn, goes into Johnny, right of the paint. Sutherland defends, single coverage. Davis backing, turns up, kissed it off the window and in. First points for Davis, 12-8 Wisconsin, 13:40 left in the half. Looks to Bowman, gives off the knee, leads it for Davis, and long three, right of the circle, nailed it. Third three for Brad in the first half. 19-12 Wisconsin, 9:27 left in the first half. Ball screen Curry. Curry gets the pass, moving in on ball pass deflected by Davison, trying to keep it alive. He does, sends it ahead to Bowman. Lauren against Willis, left of the lane to the rim, layup, no, and a goaltend call. There'll be a foul at least, and I believe they will count the bucket. Go to Johnny Davis, Gophers back in the zone. Hepburn finds Crowell, left elbow, back to Chucky, clean three, left side, book it. Chucky Hepburn with a big three-point hit. 45-42 Wisconsin, 11:35 to play. Gophers will play for the stop. Game clock is at 30, shot clock at 14. Johnny rocks the dribble against Willis. Davis driving right lane line, stops, pops, got it! Johnny Davis, a cold-blooded jumper, 5-point lead, Wisconsin.
I was just thinking getting the bucket at all costs. You know, at that point in the game, you know, every bucket's crucial, so I just made sure I delivered.
He's the best player in the country, so good. I don't know if it's a safety net or just being really good at basketball, but we'll take it. So when the game's online, we have a lot of confidence in him to make the right decision, and whether it's to go get a bucket or find somebody or get a stop, it's definitely a good. We're really thankful to have him on our team. He does a lot of good things.
The circle. Coburn gets it back to Curbelo off the Coburn screen. Curbelo to the line, down the lane, flips it up with a right hand, low on the left, no good. Rebound Davis right there and tip it away from Coburn. Here comes Johnny to the line. Johnny down the lane, off balance shot, off the rim, no. Rebound Johnny low on the right, yes. First field goal for Davis. He has 5. And it's now 19-16 Wisconsin, 11:45 left in the half. And Chucky Hepburn on the floor for Wisconsin. Hepburn baseline left will inbound, finds Davison off the curl, 10-footer, baseline left, got it, it counts it a foul. Trent Frazier getting Brad, and it's an and one for Davison. Wall outside left, goes into Johnny, he's with Coburn right now. Johnny sizes him up. Retreats, goes to work, baseline left, finds Wall, low on the right, takes it left, layup, good, Tyler Wall. And Wall has 10. We're tied at 30, 6:27 left in the half. Kofi Coburn, 37 points, 16 of 19 from the field. Hepburn, one more three. Of course he made it. He hit it. With 1.5 to play, it'll be a 13-point win for Illinois tonight.
Thought we did some good things. Like I said, getting to the free throw line was important. You know, and then we gotta knock down some shots, a fair amount. I mean, it doesn't have to be astronomical, but you can't be 3 for 24.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. WEAbenefits.com.
My favorite breakfast is Odyssey yogurt. I asked Mommy where it comes from, and she took me to a dairy farm to learn all about milk and, most importantly, cows. Wisconsin cows are definitely the happiest, which means they make the tastiest yogurt. My favorite is blueberry. What's your flavor? Support your local farmers. EIEI Odyssey.
One of the things many people have told Brad Davison through the years is when people tease him about being the old guy, it's because he's been really significant throughout his career as a Wisconsin Badger, and it's now getting to the point where He is standing alone at the top of multiple categories, and as we're joined by head coach Greg Gard, I guess the first box you check there is the three-point baskets. He and Bronson Koenig, obviously, neck and neck, and then Brad passed him recently in the game at Nebraska. When I think of both of those guys, though, I think of not just the number of threes, the number of really clutch threes they both made in there. One did make, and one continues to make in their careers.
I think there's no doubt. And both have come through a little different path. I think Bronson was always known as a really good shooter. Brad's made himself into a really good shooter. Really probably wasn't the top of his list coming out of high school of what he could do, but you mentioned the clutch plays and the timely threes. They both have, there's a lot of memories of them making key baskets that have helped us be successful.
It was one of those guys, when he first came here, somebody said, when you meet him, you might think he's too good to be true. He's so genuine in all of this. And he's been around long enough now where and not just this year really, maybe for a couple, but especially this year, he's been a mentor. Lauren Bowman on social media saying one of the most genuine people I've ever met. You would think Chucky Hepburn has learned a lot. So there is some of that player coach, but definitely a lot of players still left in him.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's no doubt. He's loving every minute of this journey with this group, and I thought it was perfect for him to come back this year and decide to do that with this young group, because he could help, kind of show them the way and talk about his experiences. And you mentioned the genuineness with him on and off the court, how he goes about it every day, just how he works. He doesn't take a day off. He comes, just what you see in the game is how he practices every day. So I think that's sometimes your actions are way more impactful for younger guys than what you can say to them. And obviously he's been a terrific role model for those young guys.
We mentioned the three-point shots, obviously number of starts, games played. He's going to check those boxes too by the time viewers see this. You have to be a little bit lucky, I guess, but you also have to be a whole lot tough. And fans saw that in his freshman year. With what he dealt with, would have been perfectly understandable to maybe check out for at least a few weeks. With him, it was like a minute or two, and then he'd come back in the game.
Yeah, and by the time we get to the end of the year, he was playing doctor on himself with popping that shoulder back in before Dr. Orwin could even get to him. So, yeah, he has, that year obviously showed just his commitment, and you mentioned the toughness, but there's been other things. Nobody plays through a year without having some type of bumps, bruises, some type of owie of some sort. He's played through way more than most, and obviously I think that just tells you and shows his commitment to his team. He wants to be on the floor. He wants to do all he can do to help his team be successful.
Yeah, speaking of playing with that, is Tyler Wall, who is a guy you probably never want to play poker with, right? Because he might be hurting a lot, but the odds are he will never let you know. I mean, you guys have said it. He hasn't been 100%.
Right.
But when he's on the floor, he gives 100%, and it's not even a question.
Yeah, we're obviously, he makes us, a really complete team with what he adds, with what other guys have been able to do. But he does so many things. He's obviously stuffing the stat sheet this year with points and rebounds and those things, but he does so much else in terms of what he does defensively, his versatility to cover up things that we can switch, and we're so much more versatile defensively with him on the floor. His ability to post and play out of the paint, whether it's for himself or for assisting others. There's so many things that he does that they don't have a column in the stat sheet for that really help us.
You mentioned when you're talking about a defensive sequence that Tyler had in a recent game, you brought up the name Mike Wilkinson, who I think you guys have considered as good a post defender as you had. You learned some of that, but is Tyler one of those guys with a naturally high basketball IQ as well?
Yeah, he is. I think that comes from, his dad was a good college player, and so it comes pretty natural. But the one thing about being a good post defender, you have to be willing to stick your face in there and get your nose bent sideways once in a while. And he's not bashful when it comes to contact and those type of things.
And you said that about him 2 years ago. I guess maybe the difference is there's just more of him to get in there and mix it up. So he's coming away with getting more things done now.
Yeah, we always say you have a little bit bigger hammer to swing. And obviously his development and growth over his 3 years has really been neat to watch.
It's funny, or not funny, it's fun that you mentioned that, because I think of another guy, a 7-footer in Stephen Crowell, who you could just kind of sense is getting more and more confident. And as he continues to get stronger, this is a guy, I know you're thinking about the now, but you can't help but think about, down the road, too, how good this
I think he's just scratching the surface in terms of where he can be, because he has the ability to put the ball on the floor yet that he hasn't shown. He hasn't needed to show it. Maybe not quite as confident and comfortable doing that yet, but the right and left-hand jump hooks, the comfort in the paint, the willingness to play physical and rebound for a guy that's really going the first lap around the track, so to speak, and getting experience has been neat to watch.
Yeah, what a lap it is. You go up against the big guys in this league with the Kofi Coburn, the two big guys at Purdue, so on and so forth. But Stephen Crowell's holding up pretty well here, and as Coach says, that first real lap around the Big Ten Conference. Stay with us. We have more to come as we continue with the Badgers Sports Report.
Compeer Financial has always been there for our clients and communities in any situation. And our support continues today as our clients work relentlessly to feed, clothe, and fuel the world. Compeer is proud to continue our strong commitment to our clients, the rural communities where they live, and to agriculture. We're here to help meet the financial needs of rural America. And we'll navigate through this together.
You'll hear things like, you're gonna need to see a specialist.
That what you have is serious, like really serious.
And then you meet them, your medical team.
With research and clinical trials and new treatments.
With better procedures that lead to better results.
Then it hits you, you're gonna be okay.
UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
As you know, there really is no off-season when it comes to college football, and that's certainly the case here at the University of Wisconsin. Coach Paul Chryst making a major addition to the coaching staff here recently. The hiring, the reuniting, if you will, of Bobby Engram, who will be the offensive coordinator. The two worked together when Paul was a head coach at the University of Pittsburgh. First, a belated welcome. You imagine it's a whirlwind for you right now, Bobby. Can you give us an idea of what your days are like right now as you get acclimated, you get to know the staff, you get to know the players? What's it been like for you?
First of all, thank you, man. I appreciate the welcome. It's been great. It's only been a week, so the first week has been a whirlwind. The first thing is to make sure you get all of the HR, the extensive HR paperwork and everything out of the way, so all of that is situated. And then it's just really spending time with the coaches. I spent some time with Coach Bostad and talk run game. Me and Paul have been back and forth on a lot of things and really trying to get the GAs working on some of the playbook stuff. And then my favorite part is just the players. Been watching those guys work out and being around, just being able to see them and just shake hands and talk to them, and just having guys, kind of come up to the office consistently. So that's been a lot of time just the first week just getting settled in. But it's all exciting, and it's all great, and I'm looking forward to really settling down and getting going in some football.
I mentioned reuniting with Coach Chryst. When you worked with him at Pitt, what is it about him that you really liked, and the opportunity to come back here was really an attractive option for you?
Paul is 100% football. He really enjoys being around the players, and he's the same guy every day. He's consistent. That's just who he is personality-wise. With the X's and O's, I love his approach. I think we have similar philosophies in terms of how he run the balls, wants to play action pass, get his good players involved. And we were able to do some pretty cool stuff there a couple years when we had Tyler Boyd. So I'm looking forward to recreating that with this young, talented group of wide receivers that we have in the running game. And it's going to be a lot of fun working with this offensive staff.
The world, I guess, can be relatively small when it comes to any sport, but football, the connections. I know Mike Lucas, you had a chance to talk with him. He wrote an interesting piece on you. Obviously, Scott Tolzien, him, the Harbaughs, John and Jim. Did you get to know Zeitler, Kevin Zeitler, at all in your time with the Rays? He's one of the all-time greats.
I love that guy. So, interestingly enough, when we sat in our offensive team room, would be tight ends and the O-line would be behind me. And literally, Zeit sat right behind me. So we've had some interesting conversations. And I love Joe D'Alessandris, our O-line coach in Baltimore, and I spent a lot of time, and I would go to a lot of their meetings, like whenever we didn't have meetings, and just sit in just to listen to how he coached the line play. I mean, Zeit is a hoot, man. He's an intense guy. He is wired the right way. and he loves Wisconsin. You know, spoke very highly of Coach Bolstead. But I really enjoyed working with Zach for that 1 year I was there.
It was interesting.
He was there.
Yeah, I talked to him. There was the day of the last regular season game. There was a Wisconsin basketball game in Maryland. Kevin was there, and he said he was going to take a few weeks off. I'm thinking, yeah, right. He's probably in the weight room as we speak, right? That's just the way Kevin is.
Tell him he owes me one. I got him a parking pass for that game.
Is that right? Okay, I will pass that along. Absolutely. I've heard, Bobby, I've heard coaches through the years, they downplay, they say, look, football is football. But I'm thinking with the stops that you have made in your career as a player, as a coach, you're always learning something. Mm-hmm. So is there something to be said for, a fresh idea here and there, just something that you can bring that like, oh, okay, hadn't thought of that. That's why you're here. Is there something to be said for that?
Yeah, man, I think that's a part of the equation, certainly. And that's not just me. I think the places I've been around, there's no, anybody that has a great idea, right? I'm like, bring it, and that it can come from anywhere. And I think you have buy-in. I think coaches are really energized by getting the work done and finding a great idea and being able to help the offense out. So yeah, it starts with me as the coordinator, but also I like to get the fresh new ideas from everybody. And there's something to be said from being around different systems. Being around Gary Kubiak, I learned quite a bit about how they married the run and the pass game with the movements. Being around Greg, obviously we ran the ball really well the last few years. Being in the NFL. So yeah, I've picked up different tidbits from every coach, and not just schematically. I'm talking about the approach, how you organize, how you communicate, and I think all of those things are important to going into a great football coach.
I know you were asked multiple questions about Dean Engram, your son, defensive back, veteran defensive back, making the move to wide receiver now. Is there something to be said? I know he played wide receiver in high school and was really good, as well as being a DB, but he's been a DB at the college level now. Is there something to be said? He knows some things on that side of the ball that can help him considerably as he makes the transition?
Absolutely. I think it definitely should help him, especially learning under Coach Leonard, Coach Hank, and the staff here. I mean, our defense is like a pro-style defense. So he's learned defensive football at a really high level. And I really challenged him to pick their brains, to be a student of the game, not just to know what to do, but know the whys and the hows, but why you're calling the coverage. So yeah, I think some of that will translate over. The defense is already talking about him having a leg up in the signal, so they're changing the signals. But I'm excited because the move happened not organically, and Dean wanted to make sure that all of the hard work and effort that the defensive coaches put in, like he just wanted to do it the right way. We all wanted to do it the right way, and I think it's going to be a great fit for our offense, but I think it'll just help the team in general.
Final one for you. There must be an appeal to the college game because you're obviously very well respected as an NFL coach to come back here. I know it's the fit, but is there just something about the college game that you find extra special?
Yeah, college is exciting. And I don't know if it was subconscious, but it's my son being here. We were able to make it up to 2 games this year, and just sitting back as a dad, but as a fan and watching the game, me and my wife had a ball. Just the energy, the intensity in the stadium. I think NFL football is amazing. I love college football. So really for me as a football enthusiast, I can't go wrong. But I think Matt Moore was the fit in terms of Paul, the program, and the opportunity to come here. But I'm energized about being around these young men and helping them grow as players and hopefully as men as well.
And welcome back to the Big Ten.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Good to be home.
Absolutely. That is Bobby Engram, the Badgers' new offensive coordinator. Stay with us. We have more to come as we continue with the Badgers Sports Report.
Hard work, sweat, knowledge in your own 2 hands. These are the tools that build Wisconsin. Leave your mark on the real world with 0 debt and higher pay. All from day one. It's time to do work that works for you. Learn more at buildingwisconsintogether.com.
On this game day, Good Foods Guacamole would like to salute all you players, no matter what you seem to be playing. You, sir, are a winner. You, ma'am, triumphant, and thumbs up to whatever it is you're doing. So let's hoist a guac-laden chip to all you players out there. Good Foods Guac, made from the freshest avocado and the cleanest ingredients. So here's to all the players and whatever game it is they're trying to play. Game day is Guac Day. Good Foods Guac.
The Badger Sports Report is presented by UW Health, the healthcare team for the Badgers. Learn more at uwsportsmedicine.org. And is brought to you by the Construction Business Group, Wisconsin operating engineers and respected contractors. BuildingWisconsinTogether.com.
Another tough road trip coming up for the Wisconsin Badgers. A Tuesday night matchup at East Lansing against Michigan State. Tip time set for 6 o'clock. And then it's back on the home floor Saturday afternoon against Rutgers. We'll talk to you next week. Thanks for watching.
This has been an exclusive presentation from Learfield.
You'll hear things like, you're gonna need to see a specialist.
That what you have is serious, like really serious.
And then you meet them, your medical team.
With research and clinical trials and new treatments.
With better procedures that lead to better results.
Then it hits you, you're gonna be okay.
UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. WEAbenefits.com.
My favorite breakfast is Odyssey yogurt. I asked Mommy where it comes from, and she took me to a dairy farm to learn all about milk and, most importantly, cows. Wisconsin cows are definitely the happiest, which means they make the tastiest yogurt. My favorite is blueberry. What's your flavor? Support your local farmers. EIEI Odyssey.